If you're just starting to explore Teams or if you're brand new to Teams, you may have a question about what are channels. Since these are the building blocks in Microsoft Teams, it's important to know all about them, so I'll give you an overview of Microsoft Teams channels today on Tuesday Tech Training. Hello, and welcome to Tuesday Tech Training. My name is Jennifer Stewart. I'm the owner of Gateway Productivity, and I'm a tech and productivity trainer. Today, I'd like to teach you about Microsoft Teams channels. The first question is, what in the world are channels? Channels are the building blocks of Microsoft Teams. For each team, you can have multiple channels. You will automatically get a general channel no matter what, and then you can add additional channels that have to do with different discussions that may be going on. So, for instance, if we have an all company team, then your channels might be about different types of announcements that you have. There might be one for the company handbook. There might be one for training documents. There's all different types of channels you could have. Another example would be if you have a team for your department, you may have multiple projects going on or multiple things that your team as a whole is in charge of. And each of those items that would have different discussions going on can be your different channels. An example of this might be if you are a marketing department and you create a newsletter, that could be one of the channels. If you're a very large company and the newsletter is actually the team, you could break it down into the different parts of the newsletter, could each be a channel, with the point being that your channels are to organize conversations and to organize work being done. There are 3 different types of channels you can have. In addition to creating as many channels as you want, they can be 3 different types. One of those is the standard, which is seen by everyone on the team, and that's what your general channel will be automatically, and typically that's mostly what you'll have. The other 2 types depend on the settings for your company. So if you don't see these as options, you might check with your administrator to find out if they've been turned off for one reason or another. The second type is a private channel. This is one that is locked down to specific people in the team. Where you might often see this is in a place where you have a specific group of people on the team that talks about the budget, but not everyone is privy to that information. So that could be a private channel inside a department team. An HR department may have multiple private channels because of some of the sensitive information that is discussed there. The last type of channel available is a shared channel. This is a situation where everyone on the team can see the channel, and in addition, you can invite outside people into the channel. This is most common when you have a situation of cross-departmental work, where your team is all working on a project together, but you have a couple of people from other departments that are also working on it. They don't need any of the rest of your team channels, but they can be invited through this shared channel to join in on just that conversation. You can also use a shared channel to invite people outside of your company to join a channel in a team. Regardless of who you're sharing the channel with, they should receive an email with a link and they can access the channel in that way. Let's look at how to create these channels inside Teams. We're starting with a brand new team that only has the general channel so that you can see what this looks like from the beginning. If I would like to add an additional channel, if this is brand new, like this one, you'll probably see a little button here that says Create More Channels. You also, if that has gone away because you've already had some channels created, you can go to the 3 dots next to the team name, and you can choose Add Channel. This will bring up this box here in the middle, and I'm going to make my picture a little smaller so you can see that. Here you can give your channel a name. You can put in a description if you need that. And the privacy piece is where we choose our different type of channel. You can see it defaults to the standard where everyone on the team has access. If If we click the drop down, we'll see the other two types that I discussed earlier. Private is specific teammates have access, so that is specific people on the team. And then the last one is the shared, where people you choose from your organization or other organizations have access. We'll keep this one as a standard channel. And you can see at the bottom, you have a checkbox. This will automatically show this channel in everyone's channel list. So if this is not something that everyone is involved in all the time, then you might not want to check this. If this is something you always want to show up on everyone's list, you can check this box. Are you learning something new from this video and you'd like to see more videos? If so, please click the subscribe button below this video. Once you do that, you'll see a bell icon. If you click the bell, you'll receive notifications each time a new video is posted. Once we add the channel, it will take just a moment. And then on the left-hand side, now we can see our channel listed here. So the idea, as I said at the beginning, is to have our different discussions and have everything organized by the topics or the projects or whatever it is that your team is working on. In the case of a team that is all about a specific project, you might have the different pieces of the project listed as your channels. We'll add one more channel so that you can see the difference of the different types of channels. To follow the example I gave earlier in the video, I'm going to make a budget channel, a marketing budget channel, and I'm going to lock this down to specific people. And I can create that one. And then it goes straight to what members should be added to this marketing budget channel. You have to designate who will be included because this is a private channel. You will not automatically include everyone like the standard channel does. If you would like to build your channel a little bit more before adding people, you can come back and do this later. So I will say skip. What I wanted to show you here is if you are someone who is included in a private channel, you will see that channel with a little lock next to it. If you are someone who is not included in that channel, you will not see it at all. The last thing we'll look at is our channel settings. For each channel, we can have separate types of settings. So let's look at this newsletter channel that I created. When I click the dots next to it, I can choose to set channel notifications. So if there's one that I would like to receive all of the activity and I want to know about everything going on, I can set all activity. You can have a channel that is turned off if you don't need to see the information. Let's say you are a supervisor and you're included in all of these different channels and you don't need to follow every single one. You can turn off notifications. You can also set some custom notifications in here. And then some of the other settings available, you can pin your channel to the top. When we do that, it will pin it to the very top of all of our teams area. And then I can choose to unpin it if I want to bring it back down. And actually, as you saw, it pinned it to the top and it kept it where it normally lives. You can also choose to hide a channel if there's one that you don't need to follow at all. If you are in charge of the channel, you will have a manage channel option. And then there are several other things that you can explore. Again, only if you are the owner of a channel can you delete a channel. Hopefully that gives you enough information about the channels within Teams to start building some effective and efficient teams with all of the channel building blocks that are available. I highly recommend writing out a plan for your channels before you build them and think about who needs access to what. The one thing you want to remember is that when you are creating private or shared channels, it creates an entirely new SharePoint site in the background. So you want to be sparing with those private and shared channels. If you still feel like you need help with this or any other tech challenge, you can schedule a tech stress breakthrough call with me. You can do that by clicking the heart in the monitor that's above me now, or you can go to my website, which is gatewayproductivity.com. You can click on the Let's Talk button and schedule your time. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time.